Hello and welcome to episode 12 of our Timberborn update for modded playthrough with the Folktales faction. It is cycle 28, day 5 of cycle 28 to be exact. And last time, we got this mine up and running. Got a little bit more to do over here. And we had a few other things that we improved over here. Man, we got a lot of hungry beavers. They shouldn't be hungry because we have plenty of food stored up. But they clearly have some figuring out to do about where to find food, and we're going to need to help them, as well as do a number of other things today. First off, let's talk about what we want to accomplish in today's episode. There's a couple decoration things that you guys suggested in last episode's comments. It's actually mostly decoration stuff. And then we've had a couple of other ideas for fun things. Creating a carnival island, I think we might want to try that at some point. And further optimizing path links and continue our goal of working toward giant waterfall to eventually make this into a huge industrial district. But before we get there, we're going to have to get through here and get all of this metal harvested and make things look a little bit nicer here, as well as the rest of this area. Streamline our tree growing and resource gathering and all that fun stuff. But it's the middle of the night right now in the game, so let's go ahead and speed that right up and get back to where we want to be. Now, one thing I did want to check before we got too far to see if it was even possible for us to do is to try and put side platforms on the apartment buildings. And this was suggested a couple times. It's not going to work, which is really unfortunate because we have all these stilts here. But what we can do without having to worry about too much nonsense here is we can actually get rid of these intermediary bits right here. And, well, not right now because we have to replace these with other types of platforms. But if we make these reinforced platforms, we can actually have this just bridge right across. So why don't we go ahead and do that? I sure hope these guys aren't in here. They can't get to anything. But I figured that would be a pretty fun way to start off today. Make this area look just a little bit nicer. Let me just go ahead and rebuild all of this, because it really doesn't look good, and we want stuff to look nice, right? So we have plenty of metal. Well, we have plenty of pretty much every resource, honestly. So why not take a second, make sure stuff looks a little bit nicer, right? Reinforced ladders all the way up, and then we'll do reinforced platforms. I think we get away with double platforms. Yeah, we'll do one here and one here, and then we'll take our side platforms, one by ones, do one there, one there, one there, flip this around. Doesn't that look so much better? It's not perfect, but it does look a whole lot better. And I believe what we can do, yeah, look at that. Yeah, we'll just set that up like so. That looks so much cleaner. I am so glad that was suggested. You might notice a couple of I didn't know this would be in here. Log stairs, crappy platforms, and a couple new things on the bottom. Don't worry about that quite yet. Don't worry about that quite yet. We'll get to that a little later. But yeah, that is going to be the new idea that I've got for our whole system of getting upstairs, which means we also need to do the same thing over here. And I think, oh, got to be careful with this one. Let's just demolish all of this at once, make it a little easier on ourselves. Just build all this up and do it in a way that is going to be a little bit more attractive. Let's see. It's got to go that way. Here and here. Turn this around. Oh, that looks so much better. So much better. Instant improvement. So yeah, that is actually going to be really nice. And we also had a couple suggestions right here for stuff like decoration and well-being. We have these beaver statues. I'm going to put one right here so that a decent number, not everybody, but a decent number of beavers are going to get this buff while they're sleeping. Build that beaver statue. As soon as that's done, we're going to put a shrine right here. Had a couple different suggestions for things to go in this intermediary space, but that's what I ended up deciding to go with. Now we just have to wait for them to build the rest of this. It might take them a while. And while we're here, let's make sure that these trees aren't marked for cutting, which a couple of you very kindly pointed out that I had made an error with that, so I'm glad to get that fixed. And now that the rest of these trees have been cut down, we can replace them with some more maples to grow some more trees, to get some more syrup, because this is empty, and we don't want that to be the problem. Now this guy is all finished cutting trees down, but I'm not... Oh, it's Ravennia Marie. Hello. Beard booster there. I don't think I want to get rid of this quite yet. We might still need to cut down trees in sometime in the future. Tapper Shack. Hello, Rogue Operations. Currently set to prioritize maple syrup and not pine resin, so that is fine. We have a gatherer flag, or we should, for our chestnut trees. Right here. They can, in fact, reach all of the chestnut trees. I know that was a concern some people had, except these over here in the corner. So what we'll do instead, is we have this space here. We're not going to get a tree planted up here, but what we can do is replace this with a gatherer flag. This gatherer flag can reach this entire upper section, and we don't need this gatherer flag down here because, well, there's nothing else to gather down here. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that one. Put this one here. They'll be able to gather all that stuff. And the only thing they're gathering is, of course, going to be chestnuts, because the Tapper Shack is going to take care of the pine and the maple. And they can reach all this anyway, so that's fine. We get some more chestnuts growing up. Raw food-wise, yeah, we just really don't have enough chestnuts. That's impacting our production for our beaver bentos. So we want to make sure we address that. And maple pastries still seem to be kind of a problem. But we do have plenty of wheat flour, at least for right now. So it seems the problem is, in fact, maple syrup, which is why we planted so many more of these maple seedlings here. And these guys are going to take a very long time to grow. But for right now, we do still have some that are producing syrup. We're going to need more, I'm sure, which is why this is still in this area. We might need to have another island entirely for maples, honestly. Could end up being over here. I don't know. We'll see. I do like the idea of turning this into like a carnival island, though. We'd have to probably blast most of this down. That was a fun idea. Because then if we turn this into a carnival island, we could have our Fountain of Joy monument, which has to be put in water, actually fit more or less perfectly right here in the middle. And that has a huge area of effect. So if we do move the carousel to a fun island, then I think that would be a good thing to do. That was another thing suggested in the comments. But yeah, that should be something we can work toward in the future. Don't know about right now. We'll see exactly what we can get done. But that should have fixed our problems with the harvesting range for the trees and other fun stuff. So, something else we should consider doing. Also a suggestion. Oh, here's all these other buildings. What could those possibly be for? If you know, keep quiet. Don't ruin the surprise. But what we're going to do, we already have over here these packaged foods. But we don't have in different other places in the map where beavers can easily get access to eating. So I thought it would be fun for us to include some little snack areas. See, like right here where this area is just kind of, you know, not having anything here. Would not be a bad idea to just have a space for packaged foods, just say obtain, and then, oh, now I'm going to get confused with all these different things here. We have some water right there, so that should help these guys a little bit if they get hungry or thirsty. We already have a similar thing over here, so that's fine. Looking good. Yeah, I do like this island little research outpost. I think that's nice. And another thing you guys wanted to see was to have this whole thing connected on this other side. And I guess we're probably okay with this amount of water being pumped out, so I'm not tempted to do too much else here. But we can go ahead and stick that in place, wrap this all the way back around, so there's a little bit easier access to all this stuff. That'll be good. Let's see. Take a look at our well-being. Somehow we have 2 beavers that got stung by bees, which, again, should not be possible unless they're just unemployed and bored, in which case, how? Because we don't have that kind of problem. How do we have problems with beaver homelessness in this district, nonetheless? I thought we had everything accessible. Well, we will fix that in a second here. I was under the impression that this was not going to be a problem. Now, we do have some open positions. We're going to need some more, so why don't we take the opportunity to go ahead and build some more beaver housing here. And I did get a fantastic suggestion for something to put here in the middle instead of this boring old shrub and shrine. What if we put in a fabulous frog statue? I think that's a good idea, don't you? So what we'll also do here is we've got space to stick another big lodge, or another couple of lodges. We've got a, looks like 5 by 2. So if we were to just detonate all this, that would allow us to bury another lodge just like we've done here. And kind of, or another couple lodges, and just kind of complete this area a little bit. Wrap it around just a touch. Oh, we got some injuries here, so we probably also need to have some medical beds. Now, where's our healer? Over here. We should probably build a hospital complex at some point. All right, now, if these guys would just not step on the explosives, that'd be great. Just please don't go in there. Very good. Good job following basic directions. All right. So if we have a triple lodge, but right here in the center, or based off of where the double lodge goes, do we want to put this here? Do we want to put this here? I think for the sake of continuity, I want to put that there, and then that there. And then we'll just come right over here with our 2x2 roofing and our 2x3. And there we go. That's going to look pretty nice. If a little 1960s motel kind of vibes. But it has easy access to a nice rooftop terrace. And I think it could definitely be worse. But this is going to open up, I believe, another 15 slots for beavers. Which, in this district, we currently have 4 vacancies because we have 6 incapacitated beavers. But we are going to be expanding even further up here in the near future. And we're going to need our extra beavers to make sure we can take care of that. Yeah, so we really got to make sure that we're getting on it with our whole maple pastry conundrum, because now it's starting to affect the food we're exporting to the other districts. And that's definitely not what we want. Unfortunately, there's not really much I can do about that because of the amount of time it takes for maple syrup to regenerate. But for right now, stuff seems to be looking pretty good for just about everything else. A couple items are looking a little shaky on the supply, but overall, can't really complain too much. Yeah, it's the chestnuts and the maple pastries definitely are a little lower than they probably should be. Everything else is looking pretty good. Chestnuts, again, are going to be a whole thing when they grow. Just have to wait. I'm kind of tempted to grow some more trees up here, but I don't think... Yes, that's just not going to reach. So based off of our numbers of sunflower seeds, I think we can probably cool it with some of this relating to sunflowers. So let's unplant these. We'll get those harvested, and we're going to convert these into chestnut trees. And if we have to do anything else with that, then we'll address that at that point in time. But for right now, I don't think it's going to be an issue. Now, this is all done. Now, before we have problems with... Oh, we don't have any homeless beavers? Huh. Well, I was going to say before we have any problems with overcrowding, then we just move some guys over here. Hey, look at this. We got 3 beard boosters working in the district center. Let's just go ahead and set our minimum over here to say 60. Start there. And see how that treats everybody. We got 5 unemployed, which, you know, makes sense based off of everything we've got going on over here. Now, I do have to know how much power. None. Okay, well, I guess I earned that. And not having a bunch of windmills that are actually turning. There they go. Start storing up some power here. Because we need to make sure that these guys are ready to go. We have a... Yeah, we have a demand for 1,200 and we're only making 624, so I think we're going to have to build ourselves some more windmills here. That is the problem with the folktales, is that you don't have the engines. And I don't really know that this is fast enough moving to really have a set of... water wheels. How deep is this? That's just one deep? Well, that would work if we had our... Oh, no, we don't have the large water wheels. We only have the regular ones. Oh, that's lame. Oh, I missed the iron teeth already. Oh, jeez. Alright, so we do have some water flowing through here. But the way that this whole thing is set up, there's not really that many good places to put water wheels. I mean, I guess this is probably among them, based off of how this is looking. So let's see. Am I going to be able to get this to go? I mean, I can move the hauling post and the builder's hut anywhere, and I probably am going to. But is this going to be a good way to do this? Just have a... Yeah, if I move or get rid of the pathing that we admittedly really don't need, then I think we're going to be able to do what I want to do here. So let's try that out. Put this in line with this guy right here. Autosave, thank you. I kind of want this to be kind of tucked up here. So I can put 3 of them, but it says power connection is blocked. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to build this first, and then I'm going to have to go back in. Yeah, go back in and put some stuff. I can't put it underneath, and I don't want to put it too close. So if we go 3 wide right here, probably would not be the worst looking thing on the face of the earth. See, powered levees, not strictly necessary, but if we ever needed to get power over here, then that probably would be a smart thing to do. But that is a little higher than we necessarily need to have. So if we put that there, you know what? No, I'm gonna choose not to be extra. I'm just gonna put this here. Oh, except those are facing the wrong way. All right, let's rotate those so they there we go. Look a little bit better. Get this stuff built, and then now that we know that's gonna be where that comes up, we can detonate this and attach a universal power shaft or a powered levee to it. And while we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and move our hauling post and our builder's hut out of the way. Now I can't put this right here because it's in the range of these things, and I think I might want to put some extra windmills here at some point also. So instead, what we'll do, yeah, let's do this. Let's just put these together like so and connect them in the middle with a brick path. So that looks nice. At the end of the brick path, we can go ahead and put a shrine since I got rid of the other one. Get those constructed. And all right, how fast is this turning? Is it even going to be useful? 29. I mean, I guess. I guess it's fine. It's something. Oh, hold on. This one's much faster. Kind of. Alright. Well, the idea is I just need something that's going to keep these flywheels topped up. Because you don't want to get caught not having any power. Look at all these injured beavers. My God, what? Ain't 9 injured beavers? It can't be that bad in a smelter. I mean, maybe it can. I don't know. I probably don't have anywhere to speak on that. If we're going to have a hospital, we might as well go ahead and make one. So let's see. Well-being. It's not going to be anything super fancy or what have you, but we should probably... oh, I have an idea. Put these guys like so, 4 and 4. Then we can utilize our favorite side platforms. What is this going to be? Yeah, that'll look nice there. And we'll just have a, I guess, regular path. Connect up to it. And then we can either just do regular platforms like we typically do, like so, and just have a nice big roof over this, so it's not a big ugly thing. Or we could do something different. I don't know. I'm not too inclined to do anything crazy. We'll just put a nice roof over this. Call it a day. And that gives us another 8 hospital beds. Or we could just, you know, get rid of these, but no reason. We already have enough injured beavers. So we'll let them take care of that. Oh, now this isn't turning at all. 18, 9. Okay. Alright, so maybe this wasn't the best of ideas. But the water is going to pretty much always be flowing through here. So if we're able to selectively reroute it, is it moving through here? Yes. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, if we just attach some levees here. Just shamelessly just put a levee here. That'll help a little bit. Doesn't have to be ugly. We'll put some decorations on it. But yeah, we look at this. There's nothing going on. Not a single bit of flow. And we probably also need to do something here, but I don't really want to mess too much with that. Well, we've given them plenty to do for the time being. Come back over here. Now, I like this. This is a great change, having these side platforms. Makes it look a little bit less cluttered. Looks like an actual, I guess, kind of a balcony, not just a mishmash of disaster engineering. Alright, so how's this? Okay, they're harvesting some sunflowers. Good. Hopefully we'll get to those sooner rather than later. Yeah, I know. We still got this guy right here. Oh, it's Ravennia Marie again with the lumberjack flag. Just whiling away the day. Nothing else really going on. Oh, we have 56 open positions? How do we have so many? Wow. Now, I know we're not going to have any problems because we have all of our builder huts and our hauling posts set to be lower priority. But I was expecting us to have more of these positions filled. I don't know. All right, now what's going on here? Oh, yep, can't get to it because the side platform hasn't been built. Yep, okay, we knew that was going to be a thing. They're just waiting. Healing up in the little makeshift hospital thing here. Well, that should be fine and we leave it alone for a little while. Now, I did also have somebody comment about making the path a little straighter between the mine and the exporting here, which we can easily do by just having this connect up here. So, take our frog path, come up here with our ladder, and just have that connect like so. Should make things substantially faster for this stuff to come out and stuff to come in to fill up our supply, which is, of course, treated planks and gears, because that is the only recipe we can use to make stuff out of this mine. So that's an improvement there. That means the mine is now only 62. Well, it's not going to, the distance from the district center is not going to change, but it's 62 tiles from there, and probably about the same from the district crossing. Possibly. We'll see. In terms of our scrap metal, we still have a little bit left here to harvest, and then it's going to be pretty soon high time to get over here and take care of that. Now, this district does not have a lot of logs because we haven't really been doing too much, but I think it would be in our best interest to start harvesting all of this stuff, and I want to try and have a semi-realistic kind of bridge situation going on here. So I don't know. I think this might work. Just put ladder here. Underwater frog path as always for right now. And then later on put a bridge here. But while we're here, might as well just have everything connect up nicely as best we can. And then just drag this. I'm not going to worry about the birch trees because that's one log. Nah, I don't need to worry about any of that. But we can start over here by clearing all of these trees out and then eventually tackling this huge forest of, I guess, abandoned skyscrapers or whatever it is that the game wants to call these things. Oh yeah, we'll mark all of this area for cutting. Get every last bit of that. Not too many other trees that I haven't marked already. I think on this island actually that's all of them because the way the texture for the ruins works, it looks a whole lot like trees when it's got the moss on it, or the vines, whatever, when it's close to water. Yeah, well, at any rate, what we will have to do for that is we'll give ourselves 2 little platforms here, put a couple of lumberjack flags, set that right there, and let them clear off this stuff. It's going to take them probably a little bit of time to get there. But that'll give them something to do. And it's not super close. But it's also not going to be, disgustingly far by the time this is built. It's not going to tell us the number, of course. But I imagine it'll probably be about 90 or 100, which, again, is not great, but not terrible. So now this is looking substantially better. Food-wise, we're still not looking great, and I think that's probably still because of our chestnut situation. So let's take a look. Let's see. Yep, grilled chestnuts is low. Grilled spatterdock is out. How are we out of grilled spatterdock? Are we having that much of a problem getting it? No, we have spatterdock. We have grilled spatterdock here. The issue is the haulers are not hauling, which probably is because we have 45 vacancies. So we need to build some more housing. But I'm not inclined to do another one of these just yet. Not really inclined to do that. Because I want to try to keep stuff relatively clustered. But also, these monuments are cheap enough, I'm not worried about it. The one I'm really worried about is the one that goes here. So why don't we try for the, I guess we could say the last major project of this episode to try and get that Carnival Island up and running so we can put this other thing here. So we have a path already over here. Not a frog path, which we will rectify at once. Yeah, frog path there. Let's give ourselves our ladder. Because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to blast this down considerably. That's going to take some time. So while we do that, we'll just go ahead and get ourselves situated. I guess I want to put, yeah, I'll put letters there. That'll work just fine, like so. And then this is actually going to be good because these are oak trees. We can harvest these. We'll give ourselves a lumberjack flag up here. Harvest this stuff up top, and then we will detonate. There's no way to get up to the very top, is there? Okay, well, no matter, we'll build ourselves a staircase. Or a ladder. Or we can build a ladder. I'll just put that there. And is this top one marked? Not yet. Now it is. Mark this. And there's no trees on the backside. Good. Alright, so this will be a fun project for everybody. I will go ahead, since we're already here, and, well, we don't need to have this path here anyway, so we'll just get rid of that. But here, the frog path must be laid. There we go. Do the same thing this whole way. Alright, looking good there. And now this is frog path. We'll let them take care of this, make sure we have plenty of explosives, which we do. Then we'll blast this all down, probably another 3 levels. Keep it about... I guess we could go 1 level higher than this, even though it's never going to flood. Literally never going to flood. But I want to make sure, based on the height of all this, that I can bury some of these flywheels, which, by the way, we have horizontal and vertical framed flywheels now that hold 150,000 capacity and only lose 1 per hour. So you better believe if I can find a place to put one of these, we're going to do it. Whether or not that can get done today, we'll see. Trying to keep these episodes this week under an hour out of respect for the people that asked. But don't worry, we're still going to get as much done as we can. So, these guys are all complaining about water. So we probably should find a better way to have stuff distributed. I don't think we're going to need to cut anything, so Ravennia Marie, you are free to go do whatever you choose. Just can't do that anymore. Let's put in some small tanks right here, just because that's what fits. And set these to obtain water. And there we go. Should make it a little bit easier for them to take care of that. But while they're messing with this, we've had people have asked several times to have our Lido with the proper bottom to the pool. So what we'll do, we'll get rid of that. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. Thank you. And we're going to blast this out. And in the bottom of the pool, put some frog paths. We might not be able to see them, but we'll know they're there. And you guys asked for it, so make sure that we are doing our best with that as always. Might take them a little bit of time to do that, so let's go ahead and raise the priority just so we can have this finished right now. Yeah, they're gonna take their sweet time with this, I'm sure. Although it is making good progress. I wonder why this has a slope that's only going down 1 level. That seems kind of strange map design choice. All right. Still haven't gotten in here with the explosives, huh? I guess they've been preoccupied. So let's take another look. We do have some grilled chestnuts coming in. So I wonder why these are still set to 0. It's got to be because of the prioritization of the haulers here. But we're no longer down quite so many beavers. So I wonder why. If that's just that we can't get everything prioritized. I don't know. There's a couple schools of thought, I think, to the whole hauling post thing. And I'm tempted to just always check this if I have a lot of haulers, because that means the people working here don't have to do it themselves. I just wish there was I guess a couple levels of priority for the hauling. Because, yes, I want all of my production buildings to not waste time hauling raw materials around. I want my haulers to do that. But there's some buildings I think are a little more important than others, and there's not really any way to indicate that. Of course, that could be inviting all sorts of unnecessary complication. So maybe it's best we just leave that alone. I don't know. We'll see. Right now, though, do we have our explosives set for the pool deepening? We sure do. Let's set that off. And then in the bottom, of course, coming in with the frog path. Look how glorious that is. Fantastic. Alright. Lido back in place. Then we turn the water back on. Yeah, you can't see it, but we know it's there. And if you turn the water transparency back on, then yes, you can see them. Alright, so yeah, this is going to get filled correctly. So now we have... we're going to have to... Oh no, it's going to match anyway. That's fine, because this was already set to the correct numbers based off of the height of the stream gauge, and now this is the same height, so that works out A-okay. It's just going to get filled a little bit more. Hello, James Peacock. Filling up the pool for us. Thank you very much. Now, the thing that I don't understand is why our maple syrup numbers are not as good as they were. I mean, okay, we do have almost 300 beavers, so that probably has something to do with it. Maybe, just a hunch. But I did not think it would be that big of an issue. Alright, we have room... Oh, these are baby sunflowers. Those should not be... I guess they need to be harvested. Oh. They're already full on sunflower seeds. Okay. Well... I don't know. Should I just, you know, get rid of these? I guess we don't really need to worry about these. I do need to plant the trees, though. So we'll make sure that we're not giving ourselves an undue handicap here. Okay. So plant some more chestnut trees. Should help a little bit. Once these maple seedlings are fully grown, that will help massively as well. Now, how are we doing over here? Good. We have access to this space now, which means time for some scavenger flags. I'll just go ahead and put in 3 of those because I want to make sure they can move around. But now that's going to work nicely. I'm going to give them a place to dump. Oh, there's so many things over here. I'm going to give them a place to dump some of their scrap metal so they don't have to travel very far. We'll set these all to supply. Give them a little bit of a path. And then they should be able to start taking all this stuff down, and as they get further and further in, we'll have to, I'm sure, go up. But this is a huge amount of scrap metal, and I'm glad we're finally getting to harvest that. Alright, so move back here. We are, yeah, they're pretty much done with this. We're out of power because this is not rotating. Of course, it's a drought, so wasn't really expecting it to. But still, that's a little irritating. Is this too... Oh, okay. Too far? Well, the frogs will help you with that. Come on over, finish this levee. And, do what you want. Now, do we want to put in another set of levees here? I just hate having levees just scar the landscape like this. But at the same time, there's not really that much else you can do. So it's kind of one of those things where you more or less just have to do it. Just suck it up and deal with it being a little ugly. But, oh, there's just not a great spot for it. If I do right here, I mean, it's just, oh, it's so ugly. I hate it. It's supposed to be an aesthetic-focused build, but you know how this goes. Alright. Give them some frog paths. There we go. Get this whole thing all figured out. Yeah, because the whole deal is we really need to have power going into these. And right now the large windmills are not cutting it, even though in theory 4 of these should be more than enough to power these guys. It's just you're not always going to get the power out of them. So the water wheels constantly, theoretically, during a wet season, constantly rotating would help you accomplish that. Alright, so are we filling this up? Yes, we are. Just prioritize these by the haulers. Make sure we actually have haulers in this district, because yeah, okay, we do. I'm going to get rid of those 2 buildings, like we said we were going to. Let them come on in here with the explosives. And then we'll just have this hook up right into here. But, of course, has to start with, I believe, best option, maybe not the best looking option. Best option, though, going to be the universal power shaft. Then coming up here. And then we can either go underneath to connect into the side of the smelter, or we can do something else. I think probably the best looking option is going to be to tunnel underneath stuff and do things that way. Just make sure these are all hooked up. And once this is gone, we might be able to expand this area up here a little bit, but we are going to have more power, and that is job number one, after all. Now, let's see. In here we have 13 unemployed beavers. Really? All right. Well, let's fix this. All right. Deprioritize, deprioritize. And then now we have 7 unemployed beavers. So once this gets a little bit more busted out, I think I can, well, you know what? Let's just put 3 more of these right here. No reason not to. Employ everybody as scrap gatherers. Well, we'll use it. I promise you we'll use it. So what I will do here is we'll just dig a trench, put the power shaft in place, and then we'll cover it up with most likely platforms and then other buildings on top of those, just so we have the ability to do that. I don't know if we want to have any more powered stuff over here, if we just want to have something else, like put our builder's hut, another builder's hut back up here. I don't know. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. It's not going to be too bad. Now we also probably need to dam this up too, just to force all of the water through here. But I'm not entirely convinced that's necessary. We'll see. We have 3 days left in the drought currently. We'll see how the water moves through here. I really don't want to have these big ugly things here. So I want to avoid that. Now, see, what else was on the list I didn't get to yet. I know they were getting these trees, but this is, I think, now good to go for us to start blasting. Channel our inner Danny DeVito's, or I guess Frank from Always Sunny. Just blast away. Let's see, we already messed with the chestnut trees. We put in the frog pool. We did the side platforms on the apartment buildings, and that looks fantastic. We could do a little bit more decorating, but let's get these guys blasting over here. They're just about done with that. We'll come visit that in a second. Yeah, right here we have these 4 things. I think it's going to be nice for us to just put in a little bit of a decoration. I don't want to put the shrubs right in front of the doors. So if we just did a shrub here and a shrub here, then on either side just put a nice hedge. I think that might look nice. A little bit of landscaping around on the outside. Not looking too shabby. And come back and check on our ingredients here. Yeah, grilled chestnuts and maple pastries, still a problem. Unfortunately, it takes time to get this stuff done. And it's not going to be an instant solution. We've got 3 more dynamites to put up here. And then we can blast that down, but we can go ahead and start preparing. Well, I guess not all of this, but we can definitely get some stuff in place. I think they can still get at this. Yes, good. We just need them to cut all these trees down, because that's going to be it's going to be crucial we get this done. I don't think we're going to get it finished today's episode unless I break my my promise to not go over an hour, which I don't think we want to do. Anyway, we're down to 1200 water. I'm going to turn some of these back on. I did get a comment saying, hey, you should just never pause these because you're not going to be able to suck up enough water to drain it. Yes, we would. With this many pumps, I guarantee you we would have dead crops by the end of a 9-day drought. So let's not do that. Remember, most of this is just 1 tile deep, which will evaporate in, what, 20-something days? 20, 21 days of a normal playthrough? Unless the evaporation stat is different between normal and hard. Which very well may be. But yeah, I'm still inclined not to run the pumps, if at all possible, during a drought. Let's go ahead and set this off. That's done. Then come on over here. That's a tree that can get cut down. Yeah, plop these down wherever they'll fit. Bring this thing on down. Might need to start making some more explosives, but I think, yeah, they're on the case. They're working on it. Working hard, hardly working. Yeah, just get this one tree. Get the one tree out of here. And then we can really, really start making some moves. Meanwhile, how's stuff looking over here? That's finished. This is ready. Alright, I'm gonna just put in a straight power shaft. I'll do a universal power shaft here, because buildings we want to put on top of this, I believe we're going to want to have the ability to do at least one of these here. Not entirely sure what'll fit, but I do want to make sure that that is in place. So universal power shaft it is, universal power shaft it is there. Put this here, and then actually this is all pretty much all but finished here. So you can just take all of those but one out, because that's the only one that can work on it anyway. And since we're already here... Oh, nope, they've already gone to the other side. I don't want to strand them unnecessarily, but we'll get there. Get there when we get there. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Just got to get this one tree. Come get your logs. Get your tree out of here. Set this thing off. Do it again. And then one more for the whole island on the bottom. And then if we can get that done, we'll move our carnival stuff over here and see what happens with that. Yeah, we got 0.7 days left until the end of the drought. The water level is a little low. But I think we're going to be fine. What I really want to see is more maple syrup. And I guess that's just not going to be a thing until all of the... Why is this one tree taller than the others? Until these are all grown up, which is going to be at least another several days. Plus an additional 12 days to get the syrup. So we're going to be waiting a while, folks. Not going to be a very fast process. But that's the way she goes. So how is this? We get our tree. Please do not crash. Thank you. Tree is out of here. All right. So bring on the dynamite. We'll let him get the rest of this done. Meanwhile, let's venture on over here. Still gathering some scrap metal. We'll let him go home from work and rip up the road. The brick path, excuse me. Set that thing to explode, and then looking good. How are we progressing here? Beautifully. Looking fantastic here. So we have total storage of, wow, 1860 for scrap metal. So that must be in this district. Yeah, we have, yep, right here, scrap metal, metal blocks. Working on it. Making some sort of progress there. How's our injured beavers looking? Incapacitated 2, unemployed 15. Do we really have that many who are unemployed? We filled up the mine, right? Okay, well, drought's over, so that's good. Let's go ahead and just put in a bunch of these things. And by a bunch, I mean 4. Because I don't want to block access to anything. But if we have extra beavers, we might as well use them, right? Meanwhile, over here, progress is continuing. Get this guy out of here and put a bomb where he was. Alright, that's looking okay. The whole chestnut situation is not improving as fast as I wish it would, but not the end of the world. Maple pastries aren't either. Well, not too much more I can do about that besides just worry, and that's not worth the time and effort. So instead, we'll come back over here. We've got all this space right here we could be doing something with, and should be. But I don't really know what it should be quite yet. Maybe we want to build another like housing complex over here. I don't know that this district is ever going to really have that many residents though, because it's literally just harvesting metal. Once this is all done, we just have this other underground ruins up here to extract metal from, so that's not really going to be that big of a thing. But if that's the only thing we're really doing in this district is going to these metal mines, there's not anything over here. There's just trees. So maybe we would want to turn this into housing, have another whole production thing over here, and then just, you know, gather the metal from here and from here. I don't know, we have ideas, but up here is going to be our big main industrial area when we have, I don't know, I hope I can get to 1,000 beavers. That would be a really fun goal, I think, to have 1,000 bio beavers in here. Let's see what happens. This is going to be, I got some really fun ideas for this. I really hope I can pull them off, or else I'm going to look like an idiot, but that's the way it goes sometimes, huh? Yeah, we still have enough explosives. We don't have any unemployed beavers. We don't have a capacity, because that was the problem, is we didn't have enough capacity. So we've got to build some more, but I don't really know where, and I don't really know if I want to spread the beavers out very much. Because I like this. I think this functions pretty well in terms of a little dwelling. I don't really want to mess with it too much, but I also recognize that it could be substantially better. It just isn't currently. These are all double lodges. Not that that really matters. It just means there's more doorways that you could otherwise eliminate and then put in stairs in a slightly different spot. But I don't think we need to be that worried about it. This is most of this area still covered by the monuments here, and it would be if we replaced this with the large one. That would in fact be a good spot for that. This is farming. See, there's just not really very many other good places to put additional housing. Now, I don't want to turn this into a big ugly stack thing either. So that's a concern that I have. I don't know. If you have ideas for housing solutions, do let me know in the comments. I do always read them. Can't always respond. And sometimes it takes me a few days, but I do read all of them. And I do consider all of your input, because this is a let's play, not a watch me play. So if you have any thoughts or questions, do please always let me know. I do genuinely appreciate it. Now, this is good to go. We just need to get these last few in place. Blow the top off of this thing, do it again, and then try to do it again. If the shorter video people will grant me this mercy, we might go a little bit over an hour today. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't think I want to add any housing in any other different spot. I mean, we have it here, but that's because we have these. Oh, these actually aren't even occupied because they're a lower priority. But we do have housing and work over here, and food and water for 6 beavers. I like that, because that's like a little outpost thing. That's fun. Otherwise, though, nah. Now, this is just about done here. Just have a few more bombs to put in. Looks like they're in the process now. Alright, so set this thing off. Beautiful. Break down one of our ladders. There we go. I really hope this reaches. That would be very awkward if it didn't. So actually, let's place this. Is that in range? No. So we're going to have a path. I'll just run this out to about here. That should cover it. Then we'll just do one of these numbers. Now these should all be in reach. Good. Let them take care of that. Leave them alone for a second. How's the progress on our maples looking? Okay, these still need another couple of days to get fully grown. Chestnuts, probably same story. Oh yeah, we're way behind on these. But that is an investment in the future, and sometimes it does take time for that to pay off, so that's okay. One thing we haven't checked, ah yes, the miserable failure. The miserable failure of water wheels. So, friends, it is time. It is time to do the ugly here. And, yeah. Just, do a disappointment. And make an ugly dam. You know, it is what it is. Wasn't really going to be a way for us to avoid this. Maybe at some point we can figure out a way to make that look better. We do have the beautiful dam pieces, quote unquote. So we could actually dress this up and have like the sloping walls and everything. So if you want to see something like that, let me know in the comments. I don't want to spend a bunch of time doing it if it's not something you guys would enjoy, because as of now this is a purely utilitarian thing, but we are a theoretically aesthetic-based playthrough, or at least aesthetic-minded playthrough. So if we want to make a nicer looking dam here, we could definitely look into doing that. So again, do welcome your thoughts on that. Right now we'll let them get to this. Just mark this as a priority because I want to see these wheels turning, storing power, because now they're out of power. And that's just a drag. All right, so this now needs to become a power shaft. That should connect. And then we'll just... Oh, I can't build a platform over a universal power shaft. But you know what I can build? Side platform. Or can I not do that either? Well, that's okay. All right, that's a choice. So I guess I will oh no, it's already built. I just have to build a building over it. Unless that doesn't work either. Okay, no, that'll work. That's fine. It's just going to look a little ugly for a while. Alright, brick path, go across there. Make sure that's done. Yeah, all of our beaver builders should be en route to our ugly dam over here. And how's our... Okay, this is not going great. So why are we... Okay, no, they're coming over here. They just were a little slow. So we should have enough working in the builders' huts. Well, at least 8. Guess I could just look at our workplaces over here in Beaverburg 11. Builders' huts, we have... Okay, we only have one of those. Alright, let's not super deprioritize those. What can we lower the priority on? I don't really know that we can. The hauling post is already... I guess we just trick these guys into going somewhere else. Although I think it just refills the other hauling post when you do that. But now that we have more builders that should go a little quicker. So I am trying actually to speed this up. I know it might not seem like it. But man, I need these water wheels to turn, man. Come on. So the idea is that the extra water comes in here and turns, but there's also water coming in from this side that might equalize. I don't know. We'll see. This is all just a hypothetical thing anyway. But it should be exiting the map over here, so there should be that constant flow. There's not any way for this water to get out except through here or through these select areas. So I think we should achieve this nice positive flow through here. Once this is finished, it's just probably going to take a while. Oh yeah, look at all these guys go. Putting their explosives down nice and fast. So that's going to be nice to see. So while we're waiting on them to do this, let's talk about what's going to go on this island. We obviously have the well-being, we have the carousel, we've got mud baths, we've got Ferris wheels. We can't do the mud bath until we have terraforming unlocked. which we can't do until we have bots, which we can't do until we have the correct infrastructure to produce bots, which for the folktales, of course, requires us to have a refinery to make fuel, and then ideally catalyst as well, which theoretically we can do all of that now, but considering the fact that we can't fully supply all of our food yet, I'm hesitant to use things that also use the food. Even though there's recipes that we could probably make do with. We'll get to bots a little bit later down the line. I really was hoping to have trains in this episode, but the choo-choo mod is down for what's the word? It's not really bug fixing. It's more of just like additional testing. Has had some pretty severe issues, so we're not going to mess with that until it's had a little bit more work done. So here's hoping that that gets resolved at some point soon. But for the time being, let's go ahead and start putting some more explosives here. Get this put down. But yeah, we can put probably more than one carousel, more than one Ferris wheel, and then we're going to need power, which is going to be an interesting problem. Well, I guess we could probably get away with having water wheels here, but it's probably going to be a bunch of windmills. And maybe, depending on how the rest of this goes, a big, large, horizontal frame flywheel will store all of our power. We'll see. I just really want to build one of those. I think that's such a fun thing. It is only day 5, no, now day 6 of the temperate season, so we've got at least another week in-game where we have too many other problems from lack of water flow. So, I don't know. We'll see if we can get this accomplished before then. Maybe, maybe not. Don't know how much, well, you guys know, because you can see the timer on the video, but I don't know how much longer it's going to take me to get this done. I do want to avoid an hour-and-a-half long video. I will not go that far. Just a smidge, couple minutes over an hour probably isn't going to kill anybody. So if we can decide that having a island that is too high, not TOO high, TWO high, out of the water, is acceptable for our carnival, we can just go ahead and start building when this is all done. But it's probably not going to be operable today. We'll see. All right, this is ready to blast. Set that off. All right, so this is done. Let's actually slow this down here. 1x speed. We've got a pretty good-sized island to play with here. Let's get rid of that. Don't need to worry about having a tree there. So if we don't really mess with the terrain too much, it's going to be pretty easy for us to put in a pretty good amount of carousels. If we just pause, oh, that's almost a perfect shape. If I do, say, something like this, just have the one path down the center, then that's not the worst thing ever. We could also sink these down a level and then have some sort of a overhead pathway or something. I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways that are going to make this look a little bit nicer, a little bit less chaotic. Maybe the word I'm looking for here. So I like the idea of utilizing the existing topography, but the problem with that, of course, is going to be that these can only be powered from the back. Or I guess from underneath the back, but that's going to, I'm sure, create some issues. So if we instead turned those around and had something, okay, well that specific spot is not going to work. But if we had something that was set up in a different orientation, like maybe that's also not going to work. You know, I thought this would be easier. I wouldn't just look like an idiot the whole time. If I did this here and this here, that backs them up next to each other, and I could easily bury something under here. But see, I don't know. I'm not in love with this. I know I want to use this island for this, but it might be a better idea to solicit opinions from you guys before we go too much further. So why don't we do that? why don't we do that? Let me know in the comments what you think we should put here. Obviously, we're going to use this for our quote-unquote carnival island, but what would you like to see there? Do you want to see multiple carousels? You want to see multiple Ferris wheels? You want to see, obviously, the mud baths when we get those in there? But aside from that, like, what kind of a layout do you think would be best? I've got my own rough ideas, but let me know if you want a specific sort of aesthetic to it. If you have any suggestions for a layout, of course, that would be nice. If you want it to go down one more block, let me know that as well. But this would be a great project for next time. I just wish I had more time to do these. But I do have to keep the length of the episodes down. So I think that is going to be a good place to stop for today, actually. We did get a lot done, believe it or not. We did make these areas look a little bit better. We've improved our supply for our chestnuts and our maple syrup. Even if it's not perfectly fixed yet, we're still having a little bit of growing pains on that. But then we really improved this area. And look at this, these are turning. Albeit slowly, but they are turning. And continuously storing power down here in our wonderful horizontal frame flywheels. Well, maybe not storing it faster than it can be used, but at nighttime this will charge a little better from here. And this isn't fully stopped either, so we'll see what happens. That'll be a next time thing for sure. But for now, that is going to be it for today. I guess we can speed through the night so you guys aren't looking at the darkness here. But I do like the idea of... yeah, put the roofs back on. I like the idea of expanding this district a little bit more. Improving this. They got just a little bit more of ruins left to put in, but these guys don't have enough materials, really? We're not out of wood, I can promise you that. We got... maybe we are out of wood. How did that happen? Well, they'll get it figured out. Yeah, good progress. And I cannot wait for next time around. See what we end up doing here in Thursday's video. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate you. Hope you are having a fantastic day, whatever it is you're doing. As always, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. I know I sound like a broken record, but it is so enjoyable to make these videos when you guys are so receptive and have great comments and suggestions. So if you have anything at all in your mind from these, please do drop me a line in the comments or over on Discord and let me know your thoughts if you have any ideas or anything. Of course, thanks always to the Beard Boosters for being fantastic supporters, making it possible for me to continue doing these and exploring other things. So big thanks to those people. We got, what, 80 now? Some people go crazy with the gift subs and the live streams, but yeah, fantastic group of people. They also get early access to the videos, not like a full day or anything, but as soon as they're rendered, uploaded, all that, I send it out to the Beard Boosters, and they get to have a look anywhere between 6, 8, 10 hours before everybody else, depending on how long it takes me to upload the video. Yeah, just a small way of me saying thank you to those guys. So if you have any interest in being part of that, there's information in the description, but please do not ever feel obligated. It's just a fun, easy, and cheap way for you to get involved in support if you do choose to do so. But again, if not, that is totally fine. I'm just glad you're here. Glad we got to spend a little bit of time together today. And I hope whatever you're doing with the rest of your day, have a fun and a safe time. And we'll see you back on Thursday for more of this playthrough. Have a good one. Bye-bye.